Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and hit the alert for future videos. Today what I'm going to be doing is a week 2 of September check-in, see how we're doing on the budget, and then do cash stuffing for week 3 and 4. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to move the money to the side, tell you how we did. So I'm going to start by putting in transactions from last week. And this is a fairly newer system for me because I was having such a hard time staying on budget. So I went ahead and started to really track it by transactions and not just, every other week. So let's get started. So on no spend days, I had not quite as good as the first week, but definitely good in comparison to how I've been lately. So to my no spend days from the first one, I've added 2 additional no spend days. So on 9/6 and 9/10. So my goal was to have 10 for the month. I'm already at 8, so I should be able to pass that goal. And then for my variable income, I did add 90 to my Mercari sales. So currently I have $366 in that account that I can either transfer to my bank account or just leave there. I'm going to leave it there for a little bit. And then as far as the spending account that I've been working on, I still have $285 left that I need to get out of that account. Okay, so looking at our transactions for the week. So I did have a lot more in my going out, eating out, and less in groceries. So for week 1, I meal prepped. I went to the grocery store and that's what we ate all week. This week we had our tile removed from our house. So for 2 days our kitchen was in our living room. So we did go out a little bit more, and then kind of at the back end of the week I've just been going to the grocery store just to get what we need, and then I'll go to the grocery store tomorrow. Now we are having our floors installed on Monday, so I don't really know what that's going to look like as far as being able to cook, but I'm going to try to find things that aren't going to take too long to cook or that we could barbecue. I don't really know what's going to happen. So for groceries, let's see, on the 7th, I spent $75 at Sam's Club. On the 9th, I spent $41 at Safeway. And yesterday, I spent $8 at Fry's. So the 7th, the 9th, and the 11th. Okay, I'm going to check those off, that those are in. And then when we do the actual envelopes, I'll show you how much I have left in that account. For household, I haven't spent anything yet. Subscription, I haven't spent anything yet. Let's go to eating out. That is where I spent money. Oh, let me go ahead and mark my no spend days. No. Okay. So on the 10th was a no spend, and the 6th was a no spend, right? Yep. Those are marked. So for eating out, we definitely, the first week of the month, we didn't spend anything in eating out, and I totally made up for it last week. I have an issue with going to Sonic when they have their happy hour and getting a huge Coke Zero, which I know is so bad for me, but it is what it is. So on the 7th, I spent $4 at Sonic. On the 7th, we went to a restaurant called Uncle Sam's. And that was $41. On the 9th, I went to Sonic. It's so bad. And that was $10. On the 8th, went to Bambino's. And that was $25. And yesterday I went to Sonic. That was $3. Oh Lord, okay. So on the 7th, which was Labor Day, we had taken our daughter out to lunch with us, and then we had gone to Sam's Club. She likes to go with us. So I'm pretty sure some of her groceries were in that number, which is fine. On the 8th. On the 8th is the day we had the tile removed, and our kitchen was literally in the living room. So I ran and picked up lunch. And then we had dinner while we were trying to get our house put back together. And then yesterday, just ran while I was out running errands. Okay, so that's it for eating out. And then for giving, I have the $100 for tomorrow for church. I guess I did not put in the $100 from last week. Okay, so for my allowance, I normally don't track this, but I didn't really spend anything the first week, but I did spend last week. So I am going to go ahead and put these transactions in, but I don't really have a color for them. No. Okay, I'll put them on unbudgeted, but we know that they're allowance. So on the 8th, I spent $34 at Walmart. On the 7th, when we were at Sam's Club, I bought some things for me that weren't groceries. And on the 9th, I went and bought containers at Walmart. Getting our floorings done has been a lot like moving. Everything has to be put away, and it's just chaotic, and it stresses me out. But it's gonna be worth it, right? Was on the 8th. And then, yeah. Can't fit any more at Sam's Club. So I'll put over here. Okay. Those are done. Household, I haven't spent anything. Entertainment, personal care, craft supplies. So I made it 2 weeks without spending money. And then I bought 2 things, and the budget's gone. So I'll put them on unbudgeted. So I yesterday spent at the Coffee Monster Co. She had a pre-sale for her calendar, and that was $53. And then today at Planning World, they had all their $2 icons, and that was $48. So that budget is done. In fact, I'm over $1, but okay, random act of kindness I haven't done. Copay I already did last week. Okay, fixed expenses. So the only thing that came out last week was Netflix, and that was on the 8th. Where are my yellow ones? Over here. Most of my utilities and everything come out next week. Can't really fit one more thing in. I'll put that on the 9th. Okay, so all of those are accounted for. Done with those. And then the only other ones that are in here are kind of walking through the flooring part, and that's really more just for my own, to keep it straight because it's coming out of a different account. So for our flooring, that comes out of a savings account that we have for our flooring in Capital One, and just moving it in and out of my account as I was paying that. My variable income we talked about already. And then sinking funds. So I'm gonna mark these on the side here, because in my gift sinking funds, I've used 3 transactions. $100, which was the gift card for my niece, which we talked about last week. I bought a gift for our neighbor, and then I pulled out cash for my daughter's, we call it a birthday pedicure, but and that was $115, and that's part of the cash that we're going to be stuffing today. So those are all accounted for, and that's it. Okay, so let's get into the envelopes. So I kind of confused myself a little bit because of the fact that I had kind of stuffed part for week 3. So I'm going to move that into the envelopes this week. So under sinking funds, let's see, 115 and 51. And then I'll put those down here as well. 115. So I still have my husband's birthday this month, but he's going to be out of town, so we're actually going to celebrate it in October. But I'm going to go ahead and take his gift out of this one. So I have spent, I have $361 left of this $627 for my sinking funds right now. I did receive my expense check. I haven't spent anything out of emergency or house remodel yet, or vacation, so those are all still intact. And then on here, I did get my electric bill. I had estimated $500. It came in at $362, which was amazing. So it was $138 less than what I had anticipated. And then on our gas bill, I estimated $30. It came in at $21. It was $9 left. So everything else still looks good on that one. And then let's look at our weekly check-in. So for groceries, I had $476 going into this week. And I spent, let's see, 75 plus 41 plus 8. I spent 124. So 476 minus, that's weird. I spent exactly 124 both weeks. Interesting. My goal was to spend 125. I'm kind of surprised I did that. So $3.52 is what comes over here. In my tab for let's see, my tab for my wallet, which is over here. So I started with cash of $3.50, right? $3.40. So I still have 92 of the original 300, and then I had put the $40 that was supposed to be for this week in a separate envelope. So 20, 30, 40. So I'm going to combine that. And then you're going to see what I stuff for future today. So this goes back into my tab for my, oh Lord, I see it's going to be one of these days today. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay, so this will go back into my wallet. Just make sure I've got that right. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. 10, 22. So I wanted to spend $125 a week for groceries, and I have 122, so I should be good for the week. Now my husband is going to be traveling for like 30 days, so my grocery bill will go way down because it'll be just me, and I usually just throw like a salad and some chicken together. So actually we'll probably have extra money this month. So $3.52 is where we're starting with of what we have left. And then for eating out, the budget was $250. We didn't spend anything the first week, and then for the second week, I think we spent almost all of it. So 40 plus 41 plus 10 plus 25 plus 3. We spent $119 last week. And so under my tab for eating out, I think I have a couple dollars, is it? I have $17, plus I have the money for this week. That one, it's in this one. So I had given myself $50 a week, so this is week 3 money. And then the balance will go into week 4 and kind of week 5. So for this week I have 40, 50, 65, 66, 67. A little bit more than the 50 I had allocated, but it works well. Okay, so eating out goes over there. So 250 minus 131. Bring that over. Okay, so my allowance, that just flew right off. I had 200. I didn't spend anything the first week. So I started this week, and I did spend money this week. So I spent 34 plus 19 plus 16. I spent 69. 200 minus 69 is 131. And under my allowance tab, I still have $11, which is a miracle if you've been following my channel for any amount of time. And so I did put the $40 away for week 3 when I originally stuffed. So I'm going to take that $40, put it with my $11, and that will be for week 3. Bring that over. So household, I haven't spent anything. So I still have the 300. I am going to be spending some of that this weekend. but I'll show you where that's going to go next week. And then personal care, I haven't spent anything. I am going to spend some of that at the end of the month when I take my daughter for a pedicure, because I'll get a pedicure as well. Entertainment, I haven't spent anything. I'm going to try really hard not to put that into stickers, so I'm trying to keep. And then giving, random act of kindness, I haven't spent anything. Craft supplies is gone. I spent $101. I'm actually $1 in the hole, but that's okay. 300, and entertainment is still 50, and unbudgeted, I haven't had anything unbudgeted yet. Okay, so this is where I'm starting for week 3. 352 in groceries, 131 in eating out, 131 in allowance, 300 for household, 100 for personal care, 50 for entertainment, 40 for giving, random act of kindness, and then craft supplies and unbudgeted are done. So what I'm going to fund now is the balance for the month, and then you'll see kind of how I put it in. So I really haven't done anything as far as out of my bank account. I've been trying to keep everything just in my envelopes. Is done. Allowance I'll need. Eating out I'll need. Gifts I'll need. Okay, so in tithe or giving, I have the $100 for this week, and then I'm going to add to that for the balance of the month. So let's go ahead and move this to the side. Oh, and then the other one I have over here is my random acts of kindness. So I've had a few like dollars that I found in pockets and stuff, and I just added it to my random act of kindness one. Okay, let me find out what I did with the cash when I moved it to the side. Oh, here we go. Sorry, it's very early when I'm filming this, but I wanted to get it filmed because I am going to go to Target today to get some things that I need to replace, and I wanted to do this first. Okay. So what I did on this sheet, which you've always seen this one, this was the cash breakdown. But when I was plotting out how much I wanted to pull out of the account, because I knew what I had left that earmarked, but I didn't want to pull it all if I didn't need it. So this is kind of where I worked through what I was going to spend in household, where I thought I was going to spend personal care, where I was on my allowance, groceries, everything like that. So then I just turned around and broke it down here of how I wanted to stuff the balance of the envelope. So that's what I'm going to be referring to. So for groceries, I have left $260. So I'm going to do two $100 bills, $260. So because I'm kind of giving myself $125 a week, I'm just going to put fund $260, and I'm going to take $140 for this week, or really next week, because I have the money for this week. So So 140 will go into this envelope, and then the balance will go into what I'm calling my backup envelope. It's over here. So this will be for week 5, will be 120. And that's the week my husband's gonna be out of town, so I probably will have money left over for that. I'm gonna put these over here. This back in. Okay, so for eating out, I have $100 left, and I'm gonna do that all in 20s. Actually, I'm gonna do 4 20s and 2 10s. I'll do 2 5s, 4 5s. That way I can break it up. So I have 50 for next week. Wow, I really should have waited till I was awake more. So I have 50 for each week. I do consider this a 5-week month. Wow, I really, really can't count today. So for eating out, put 50 in here. And then in my, what I'm calling my backup eating out folder envelope, 50 goes in here. So that will take me through the rest of the month. So what I used to do is I would put the amount for week 1 and week 2 together, and week 3 and week 4 together, and I was spending it all, and then I had nothing left for the following week. So what I decided to do this time was take my debit card out of my wallet, which I've done, take my credit card out of my wallet, which I've done, and then I split the money between the weeks. So this is 1 week and then 2 weeks, and that takes me through the month. So this has been much better for me because if it's not in my wallet, I'm not spending it. And then I'm not taking all of my backup money with me when I'm out, so I don't have the ability to borrow from that. And then for tithing, I have my money in here for this week. So I'm gonna put $100 in behind that tab for next week. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in for this week. And my envelope, since we are regathering. And then I have 100 in here for week 4. And then I have money for week 5. I don't know where my envelope is. Okay, I'm just gonna put that to the side for right now. And then for, oh, actually that is week 5. Okay, and put that over there. So I think because I already had the $100 in my wallet for tomorrow, I think I confused myself, so we're good with that one. And then for allowance, I still have 80 left. I used to give myself 50, but I spent so much that I only now give myself 40. And actually, I haven't spent that, so I think it was a good psychology for me. So 40 goes into the envelope, and then my backup one for week 5. Now, if there was only a 4-week month, I wouldn't need the backup envelope. But because I'm considering this a 5-week month, I need my backup one as well. Personal care is fully funded, so I don't need that one. Then household, I'm going to spend the money in here tomorrow. So I'm going to take there's 120 in here. There's 120 in my backup envelope for next week. And then I still have $60 in that I'm gonna pull out for Target today. I'm gonna put that into this envelope. So then household is complete. And then I took out for my daughter's pedicure for gifting $115. So that should be what I have left. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. What? Okay. So this 115 is going to go into gifts for her pedicure at the end of the month. So it's really her pedicure tip, my other daughter's pedicure, because I take them both for their birthdays. Like, they get to go to each other's birthdays. So I may need to add a little bit more into this one because they usually get a gel pedicure, but I tried to go back and see how much it was last time. And then my pedicure will come out of my personal care fund. So that stays into gifting. And then this is tithing. And then entertainment, I didn't pull that money out of the account. Wow. Okay. So let's kind of get this organized now. So household for this week, and then household is my backup. Personal care goes back in. This is my backup allowance, my current allowance. Well, really not. Tidying money I'm going to put separately. I need to find an envelope. So my backup eating out and my this week eating out. And then groceries and backup groceries. And then gifts I'm going to put over here. And then entertainment. So this is next week's money. I think I have $100 too much in this account, but I'm just going to put it in here for now. Because this is my backup one. And then entertainment goes over there. And then this is the cash that I'm starting for this week. So giving $100. That's my random act of kindness, my allowance. Yeah, that's right. So I think I pulled $100 too much out for giving. Because I had 200, no, that looks right. Anyways, I'll figure it out later. I won't make you all sit here with me as I try to figure this out. So this goes back into here. It's always so much nicer when it's stuffed. And then my envelopes go back into here. I am really liking this system. I have been binge watching budget videos just to see if there was a better system out there, and overall I'm really happy with the way I budget, but I was just going out of control too often, so I figured that I needed to do an adjustment. And I think that's one of the really important things with budgeting, is that you make the adjustment when you need to, because it's hard to undo some of the damage that I did. But this system is working a lot better for me. I just feel like if it's in my wallet, I can spend it. If it's in here, I can't spend it till the next week. And if it's in my backup ones, that isn't until the following week. So I won't need to pull any more cash out for this month, because I've already pulled out all of the money from the sinking fund, or for my envelopes, and then I'll still have money that I need to move over at the end of the month for sinking funds if I have anything left in gifts by then. Okay, so that is our week 2 check-in from last week, and our cash stuffing for week 3 and 4, and really 5. I just want to note that there is still the giveaway coming up. I'm going to redo that video so that it's kind of front and forward. It is a budget bundle, a Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover book, a journal for setting down a budget kit. You get a free budget kit, a free set of cash envelopes from my shop, and labels for those envelopes, as well as the budget sheet that I use. And then, you know, if you need anything else and you're the winner, let me know. So I did update this budget sheet. This is going to be my October one. So I just kind of spaced it out a little bit more. I did one for my personal budget, and then I have one that's more generic. You can always request that. I have just been putting it in the orders just as a go forward. Just if they want it, great. If not, they can throw it away. But that way, if they didn't remember to ask, I went ahead and included it. So it just takes me through all of my different categories, and I just color coded it a little bit differently, and then I color coded the bottom part so that I knew when I was pulling the numbers in where the numbers were going. And then I still have my cash breakdown over here. I went ahead and put in my envelopes, but on the generic one, those are left blank, so you can write in your own. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way through, I was a little bit all over the board. I probably should have had a little bit more caffeine before I did this, but I wanted to get it done so that I could go do the shopping that I need to do today. So I hope you are all having a great week and you're doing great on your budget, and I will see you next week for our next check-in. Take care.